Alright, next step, we're going to put a television over here. So fairly basic work. We're going to take our ruler and match it up against the edge of the page. So along all this edge, we're going to make sure that it's nice and straight and just match it right up to it. That'll keep it nice and straight. And then I'm going to make a fairly large television here. Something like so. So you can see it's somewhere in the range of whatever, 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters, somewhere in there. Doesn't really matter the exact size. Yours could look like a computer monitor. It doesn't really matter. The next step is to take the top of that line and again you match it up to the dot you made. Now do this line very lightly. Very lightly. You don't want it hard at all. And then you do the same thing to the bottom. Again, very lightly. Now this is where the illusion of it going back in the space starts to really happen. So number one, we can erase all of this. We don't need it anymore. So all the way up to the wall, all the way up to the wall, and we stop there. Now, the question is, where exactly do we want the TV to end? And overall, it's not hugely important as long as it looks like a television. So we're going to take it back to somewhere about here. So I'm going to match up with this line. Why am I doing that? Just to make sure that I'm pretty straight up and down. I'm going to bring it back a little ways, centimeter or so, and then I'm going to again do a line from the top edge to the bottom. And now, when I erase this, I'm left with something that looks like either a window cutout or a television. Now, if I really want to make it look like a television, the best way to go about it is to now add a frame. So I match it up and then just bring it inside a little bit. And I do a straight up and down line. Okay, so now I'm getting that frame look. And so the same thing, I can do it, but I should make it smaller. So this, you see that space, it needs to be smaller back here because it went further away. So when I do this one, I match it up and just make it really small. And then draw my line like so. Now here, this is still going to need to go to the dot. So make sure you match it up. It should get smaller as it goes away, both top and bottom. And there I've got, again, something that looks more like a television. Now if I want to really make it look like a television, I need to give it a back, because when we're looking at the side of it, you'd actually see something, right? Unless it's paper thin or actually plastered right into the wall. So I'm just going to sort of make that up by going out, bringing it down, and then there. So now I see the edge of the television and it makes more sense. Alright, now that we have a television, we're going to make a really big area rug because it's nice and easy. This is really one of the easiest things we can do. So we're going to fill the space with this great big area rug. So what we do is we match up with that bottom line. Mine's kind of bowed because I used a soft box to make my rectangle, but it's not a big deal. It's pretty good still. So I'm going to bring it in just a bit. And see, the way I'm looking at it right now, I just messed that up. I should be using the top of my ruler, because then it helps me to see that line still and see how straight I am. See, if I'm like that, I'm like, oh, I see, I'm crooked, but if I keep it like this, then I'm pretty okay. I'm going to go a little ways in from the wall, and I'm going to stop before the other wall. So now I've got a line going like that. I put my pencil on the end, match it to the dot, and run it off the page. And you can see how that's starting to become an area rug. An area rug. Same thing over here. Match it up. Dot, edge. This one I don't have enough space, but there we go. Okay, so now I've got an area rug. Maybe it looks like something else to somebody else, but you know what? It's just a laying flat rug. So, next thing I want to do is a TV stand. So what we're going to start off by doing is creating the front edge, the face of it. I'll quickly show you something. It's on the other side, but it's the same thing. So we create this rectangle to start. The corner needs to be right on that wall edge where the wall meets the floor. So the corner, to have it tucked against the wall, needs to be coming down, hitting the line, and then coming straight up. And you can see the lines go straight up, straight sideways, straight up, straight sideways. That's going to be key to making sure that looks good.